Is JJ McCarthy going to be a redshirt backup quarterback his entire rookie season? Could be. This take is presented by Hokeland Farm. Contact Hokeland Farm at 952-491-1541 and get the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef. Delicious steaks, high-quality beef, chuck roasts, and more. Contact Hokeland Farm and get 20% off your first order by mentioning the Minnesota Tim Podcast. 952-491-1541. So Charlie Walters, who is of the Pioneer Press, has been on the Minnesota Vikings beat all off season, came out with some speculative talk once again. He had this to say. He said, Vikings training camp begins in 2 weeks. The way it looks now, it will be a redshirt year for rookie quarterback JJ McCarthy with Sam Darnold the starter and Nick Mullins the backup. It appears the transition plan will be to turn the starting job over to McCarthy in 2025. So, more speculation on the future of JJ McCarthy. So as it stands right now, JJ McCarthy is a 21-year-old quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. And, of course, this is the big debate. Randy Moss just came out and said that he's a first-round pick. He should be starting week 1. If you're a first, second, third-round pick, you need to be starting right away. And I took a look at quarterbacks that I feel are the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You got Patrick Mahomes, you've got Josh Allen, and you've got Lamar Jackson. So Patrick Mahomes, his rookie season, he was 22 years old. He only played in 1 game, and that is when they clinched a playoff spot. It was the last week of the season. Alex Smith was the starter. I look at Josh Allen, and this one's a little bit up in the air because I don't remember Josh Allen's history as much. But 2018 was his rookie season. He was 22 years old. He played in 12 games, and he started 11 of those. Now, I don't know if that means he was the starter in like week 4 or week 5, or if that means he was the starter right away. He got hurt and then came back. But the picture is painted. He did not start every single game his rookie season, whether it was through injury or whether they didn't start him right away and there's another guy and he's the backup and then he won the job eventually. And then I look at Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson played in 16 games. He started 7 of those. This was his famous rookie season where he finished off the year 6-1 with the Baltimore Ravens. He took over the job for Joe Flacco in 2018. Didn't start right away. And he was 21 years old his rookie season. So the point of me sharing these top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL and their history with those teams is that there's no rush with JJ McCarthy. He's not Brandon Weeden. He's not even Michael Penix Jr. He is 21 years old. He's a raw quarterback out of the University of Michigan. He wasn't asked to do much at the University of Michigan besides allow his team around him to carry him to a national championship. And the Minnesota Vikings have a lot to work on with JJ McCarthy. He threw 3 consecutive incompletions in OTAs when the defense isn't even trying. Like, that's a warning sign right there. Now, I'm not saying that means he's going to be a bust, but 3 consecutive incompletions when there's no defensive pass rush or the cornerbacks aren't pressing very hard, like, that just tells me that there's a lot to work on for JJ McCarthy. And the more I think about it, the more I would approve of him sitting out the entire year. Patrick Mahomes will probably go down as the greatest quarterback of all time in NFL history. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to have as many Super Bowl rings as Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got 6, but he's already got 3, and he's got a lot of years left. And he is easily the most talented quarterback that has ever been in the NFL, like in terms of arm talent, in terms of his elusiveness, in terms of his ability to make plays with his right hand or left hand. his ability to go off script. And this is a guy who sat behind Alex Smith his entire rookie season, besides the last week of the season when they clinched a playoff spot. And it also is notable that one of the greatest offensive minds was his head coach his rookie season and still is today, Andy Reid. So if one of the greatest offensive minds in terms of designing plays, getting the ball to the best players, putting the players in the best position to succeed, if he let Patrick Mahomes sit for an entire year, basically, why should the Minnesota Vikings be any different with JJ McCarthy? In fact, because Patrick Mahomes sat in its entire rookie season, that's even more proof that the Minnesota Vikings should do the same thing with JJ McCarthy. Plus, I think there's some parallels between Alex Smith and Sam Darnold. Alex Smith, his first few years in the NFL were awful. And then Jim Harbaugh came in and turned his entire career around, and he became a very good, reliable quarterback in the NFL. He's never top 5, but he's top 15. He was the guy that could move the chains. He was on the road to take the San Francisco 49ers to the Super Bowl until they got hurt and Colin Kaepernick stepped in and had a sensational few weeks. So I think there's some parallels between Sam Darnold and Alex Smith and, well, not JJ McCarthy and Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is way more talented, but you can see the stories are similar and that there's reason for McCarthy to sit behind Sam Darnold his entire rookie season. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't want that to happen. I want to watch JJ McCarthy week 1 because he's the excitement. He's the guy that fans want to rally around. He's the guy that we want to see. And we don't want to be patient, but we need to fight our own instinct and say, you know what? JJ McCarthy, it is in your best interests and the interests of the Minnesota Vikings that you sit for your rookie season and you prepare yourself to be a year 2 starter for the next 14 years for the Minnesota Vikings if you're a franchise guy. That's probably what's best. Now, what do I want to happen? I want him to start week 1. I want Sam Darnold to be the backup to JJ McCarthy, but it does not seem likely. And unless JJ McCarthy wows in training camp, wows in preseason, it seems like at best he'll be the backup. At best. Hopefully he wins that backup job over Nick Mullins, so in case Sam Darnold does go down or throws 5 picks a game, JJ McCarthy's that guy. Because what I don't want to happen, I'm going to be honest about this too. I'm honest about everything. I don't want Sam Darnold to play awful. And then you summon Nick Mullins like you're just playing with us. You're just fiddling with our minds. Like, throw in the rookie. Give him a shot. I don't want to watch Nick Mullins play. I'll watch Sam Darnold play because I understand the reason for it. But, I don't know. Let's not do the same thing with Nick Mullins. Let's throw JJ McCarthy in. Anyway, President Trump almost got assassinated on Saturday. And there's been some funny memes about it. And I saw this one, or it's a reel or a meme, whatever. I saw this one on Twitter the other day talking about the Secret Service. And it's not a funny situation, but there's some people that make some funny things out of the situation. And I'm just going to play it. Copyright Titanic right here. That's one of the funniest videos I think I've ever seen in my life because how true it seems that video is. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are coming out of this situation, and how aren't there? I mean, you think about the Secret Service and just security in general. And a man had a shot to take out a former president of the United States and a running president of the United States with Secret Service around. This isn't the 1960s when JFK got assassinated. This is 2024 when technology is way more advanced. There weren't that many buildings to stand up on. Crowd members were calling out the gunman sitting on the roof and have video of the gunman getting into position. And not a single thing was done until the guy took a shot. So you add up all those things, and I love conspiracy theories. Who doesn't? Who is not entertained by conspiracy theories? And, you know, you look at some conspiracy theories around like 9/11 and some Elvis still living somewhere or Michael Jackson still living somewhere. And I think this conspiracy theory has the most legs, because how do you let something like that happen if you're the Secret Service? How does this happen? And I saw some conspiracy theories that Donald Trump let it happen. You know, there's conspiracy theories on both sides of the wall here. But if I was to believe a Secret Service or a conspiracy theory, I mean, I would believe that someone on the inside of the security team allowed something like this to happen. I don't know. I mean, or are they just really that stupid? That's the question. Did someone allow this to happen, or are they really that dumb? If they did allow this, if they didn't allow this to happen, then there are some major concerns about who's running the whole thing. But anyways, I thought that was a pretty funny meme or a reel or whatever it is. Welcoming him. Oh, the Titanic. Funny. Anyways, thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for watching the Minnesota Tim podcast. Subscribe right there. And thank you for making this episode a part of your day.